Hi guys, today's video is about working while pursuing your doctorate. Alright guys, so a lot of times people ask the question whether it's possible to work while pursuing your doctorate. And it's a really easy answer for me, but I want to tell you guys one thing before I jump into my whole diatribe about it. It's a personal thing. It depends on you and your personal habits and how you work. So when somebody asks me, is it possible to work while pursuing a doctorate? My answer is absolutely, it's possible. And for me, it's mandatory. I mean, have you guys seen the cost of what it takes to cover the cost of a doctorate? Now, again, guys, you all know that I am pursuing a PsyD. I'm not in a program that's fully funded. When you pursue a PhD, a lot of those programs are either partially funded or fully funded. So people will probably hear a lot of feedback from other people in the field saying, don't go to a program unless it's fully funded. Well, if you guys find a PsyD program that is fully funded, holla at your girl, because I don't know of any. I haven't found any in my research. What's really good about a lot of PsyD programs, though, is that the schools will offer a multitude of options by way of scholarships. So you guys should definitely look into that. And then also, too, depending on your professional affiliations, you may get discounts. So, for instance, I am a member of a Black therapists organization, which has a partnership with my university that granted me off the top a $7,500 discount, which was awesome. And then I apply for scholarships every time there's one available that I qualify for, and I was awarded a $20,000 scholarship for my school. So that has offset the cost greatly. However, I still need to work. If you guys go back to one of my earlier videos, one of the first things I told you to research was the cost of your program. So heading into that, you'll be able to determine based on your own financial situation whether or not you'll need to work while pursuing your doctorate. Let me grab my book, guys, because there were some other things that I wanted to talk about just in line with that same type of question. Now, along with that, guys, you have to not only consider the financial implications, but you also have to think about the time implication, right? Because if you're working full-time and you're going to school full-time, or even if you're going part-time in a doctorate program, there is a huge sacrifice of your time that goes into working while pursuing your doctorate. So you also want to think about that. I had to make some concessions in terms of my overall life. I had to talk to my job and make sure that I could swivel my schedule. I don't work in the field yet, so I'm still working in corporate America. Luckily, I am in a leadership role, and I have been doing the work that I've been doing for quite some time. I talked to my job, and I made sure that I could work in a way that my schedule would allow me to be off by a specific time. So I work until 4:30, but my day starts at 7. As a leader in HR, I'm responsible for managing a team of recruiters across the US. So I also have to make sure that I'm available to support my team. And normally my team has my cell phone number. So if anything comes up after hours when I'm off, they know they can call me or text me. I just am a hard and fast off my emails. I'm not logged into my work computer at all once 4:30 hits. So that's one of the things that I had to make a change to. This also cuts into time with family. I am a mom. Luckily, I don't have little kids, guys. My youngest are 17, so I don't necessarily have little kids that I have to see about, but I'm still performing motherly duties. Like I'm cooking dinner, taking care of a household. I'm being there to support my kids and those types of things like a lot of parents do who are in school. So it cuts into that time, but then also into your social life, right? So you have to think about the fact that you're going from work directly into school most often, which cuts out all the time that you have for socialization. So you have to find a way to do that. I spend on average per week anywhere from 25 to 30 hours doing homework. And that includes reading, research, writing, submitting assignments, and then responding to any types of discussions or rebuttals or anything that are required along the way. I do not stray from that 25 to 30 hours per week, and I have 2 classes every semester. So when you tie that in and think about whether or not you want to work full time, these are the things that you need to think about. I was in a master's program that was pretty demanding, and I was traveling all the time in my last job. I was on a plane every single week, and so sometimes my day would start at like 3 in the morning, and then I would be trying to catch planes as early as possible. So I try to be on a 5 a.m. flight so I could get to my destination. If I'm going on site, I would, go on site, do things, check into my hotel, go back to the site, and then at the end of the day, I was going back to the hotel doing homework. So I didn't participate in a lot of after work activities. But these are things that you need to consider, think about, talk to your job about, talk to your family about. And I think that's why when you're starting a doctorate program, people always ask about your support system and what things you have in place and if you're ready for the sacrifice, because it's a lot. Guys, you will be exhausted, okay? You will be sleep deprived. You will be socially deprived. You'll want to spend time with people, but the days of really sitting on the phone and chatting for hours on end, or just going to hang out at happy hours, or just hanging out with your friends for hours on time, those things have to go on the back burner once you start your doctorate program, so that you can stay focused, get things done on time, and make sure they're turned in. As you guys know, your grades have to be at a certain level in order to maintain academic standing, and it is literally like one time you're on probation, second time you're out of the program. So there really isn't a lot of wiggle room, and you have to maintain, I think for our program, I think it's either a 3.0 or a 3.5. So just to kind of give you an idea, doctorate programs are no joke. And with the amount of money that you're spending to get in a program like this, the amount of work that you put into your workload every week, you just gotta make the sacrifice. So this is kind of a short video, guys, but I just wanted to touch on that because I do see a lot of people who are interested in doctorate programs asking those questions. It is definitely doable, and for me, again, it is mandatory just because of the cost for a PsyD program. But if you guys are able to get into a PhD program, if that's what you want to do, a PhD versus a PsyD, and it's either partially or fully funded, then you may not need to work, because there may be other opportunities for you to get stipends or other job opportunities that are available that don't require full-time work. I would say take advantage of those if they're available to you, but also understand that it is, something that you can accomplish while working full-time. So that's it for today. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was helpful. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.